Why, yes, I am a grown man that plays with toys. Welcome to Yimbo Reviews Everything. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Yimbo, and welcome to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And this is my Sunday night podcast where we get to talk about life and toys. And yeah, I busted out my Deadpool, that Marvel Legend 12-inch figure, and I was going through my Mezco accessories, and I forgot I had bought this like Ken outfit, and it's been sitting in my Vapor lunch tin, my lunch box with all my other Mezco accessories for years at this point. And I went, oh, I bet it will fit on there. And, you know, I had to do a little snippy under the arms, but yeah, there we go. So this is now summer, spring, beach season Deadpool. So there we go. But I have a very exciting episode. This is not Marvel related. Tonight is going to be highly centered around the Ninja Turtles because I have a very special guest. It's my man, Cody, aka Too Much New Toys. Cody, we want Cody. Hey!
What up, what up? Cody in the house. How's it going,
Yes,
folks?
sir. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Speaking of the Ninja Turtles, I posted a poll, everybody, and at the start in my stream. I've tried to forget about this feature all the time. And what actually threw me off, Cody, is you have to have that playing. So all of a sudden, like, I'm live on StreamYard and then there's the delay. And I went, oh my God, like I had to pause. So it's paused, but I want to be able to see the poll. Today I hustled and recorded my Donatello review, which I was trying to keep to 10 minutes and it's still 25 or 26.
Ooh, that's quite a leap, going from 10 to 25. Like, I tried to keep it 10, but I doubled it.
Yeah, it's, you know, every single I finally closed out. Donnie had to wait his like he had to wait for his due, out of my Mezco review series. And I couldn't shortchange the guy, Donnie's awesome. So I had to, it's really the comparison section. When I'm bringing in all of the turtles I have, I realize how many Ninja Turtles I have. Which, again, is nothing compared, I'm sure, to, to your collection or Plastic Flask, like the guys out there, J-Shot, like all those guys.
Yeah, they probably, mine looks like I have a ton, but I'm sure I pale in comparison to a lot of folks.
Well, you definitely have a very nice variety. I mean, like I said, I feel like I have a decent amount, but as a toy dabbler, it's a lot dedicated to the turtles in my eyes, just based on how much other crap I buy.
I've been dabbling. I got this guy.
Yes, sir.
On down the Transformers slope.
Oh man, I saw
30% off too.
I saw that. I saw you started to. That's another slippery slope, man. Yeah, I still have to, I got to talk about Cheetor and Scourge, from YOLO Park, and I still have to build. So I'm going to do I think my next video will be building Rhinox. So he was my last one.
Rhinox.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be getting the Optimus and Megatron to because they're just so awesome. The diecast bar. You have the Megatron, I know. But let's say hi to our friends in the chat right now. So again, everybody, hit me up with the poll because I have it all queued up tonight. I could post it after the stream. I told Cody at the start, I was like, I have to cap it at 10 o'clock. I have to just for as much fun as we're going to be having. I have a whole week of, school ahead of me and coaching track, which means it's just more energy that's being absorbed or taken from me. So I got to make sure at least I get a good night's sleep tonight. So yeah, so far the poll looks like it is morning time. So that's cool. I'm down for that, everybody. But here we go. Here we got some friends in the house. The Collection Nexus. What's going on, fellas? How you doing? We have Wyatt Smith, Copper State Collectibles. What's up, man? Our ball, Josh Brown. How are you, buddy? Turtles Nerd 88. Oh, and speaking of Josh Brown, if you go to any of his Instagrams, I think it's still active, Josh, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he has a giveaway of his custom head sculpts that he's been doing. So again, make sure to check out Josh Brown and all of his accounts. Turtles Nerd 88. What's going on, buddy? And you're going to be happy tonight. Lots of turtle talk. My man Messi, what's going on? Messi Toy Photography. And there's Carlos. Hashtag we want Cody. There we go. And let's see. Ooh, Panthro 504 is in the house. Hello, hello. Kenny Lang. Yeah, that's right. A lot of toy talk. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. And Marvel fan, what's going on, buddy? And here we go. We knew you needed rest. Wait till morning. That's right. Okay, good. And his the custom contest is up until next Saturday. So again, go visit Josh Brown because I know he's using the collab feature. So then you could check out his toy store and his custom page. So yeah, excellent stuff. And there we go. We got Cody. Perfect. That's
Cal
right.
is out of control. Cal. Everybody needs a Cal in their corner.
Oh, absolutely. Carlos is the man. He got well, he didn't get it yet, but I shipped out my prize pack to him. So yeah, lots of toys. It's like his own pile of loot coming to him right now. So that's exciting. So anyway, man, again, these are our friends. This is people. I'm hopefully at this point, like most of these people. You've been hanging out for a long time. But we've now known each other for a long time. So
Has it been at least a year, right?
Yeah, I had to dig up the image that I originally made of J. Jonah Jameson introducing you on my little TV.
Yeah. That's weird. It feels somehow longer than a year, but
yeah. Well, I mean, like we end up, like when you think about it, we talk like all of us, like even if you and I like talk just about every day, like at least we try to check in, multiple times a week. We're saying hi. And then when we do the live streams and just, whether it's listening to you talking about them, even if I'm not there, it's just like, you get to like feel like you're there talking to your friends. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this stuff, it's kind of like college where you just have like your friendships levels like accelerated with the amount of time that you are around each other, whether it's virtual or otherwise. You know what I mean?
true.
So yeah,
And I guess I did watch you for a couple months before that, before we like truly like talk. So maybe
yeah.
that's where I feel. I've just known you forever.
Well, it's the feeling's mutual, man. So speaking of which, like I know you had posted about it, so and I just wanted to check that, not to, but you lost your cat, and I'm very sorry for that. My condolences.
Folks, I shared not like a ton, but more on the TikTok side. Folks that have seen like videos of her here and there. But yeah, 17 years.
So how are you holding up? Because I know that's
I'm doing
that's your
good.
fur baby.
It's a weird feeling. I kind of feel like as if like I had kids and they like left the nest. I feel like this is what parents must feel, because then like there's a weird vibe because it's sad, but you can do like anything. So I went on more toy hunts than I usually would. I'm free around this time, so it's a mixed bag, but it's
yeah, well, it's
hug those fur babies, folks, and your real babies. Probably, I don't have any kids, so for me, it's just all fur babies. But
yeah, no, but it's like you said, it's just like I saw you, we're talking to like in comments like to our friend Matt from Super 7, like Matty K, and just again like it's just a reminder that even when whether it's children or pets, or just like again our fur babies, real children, all that stuff, it's just, and people in our lives, our friends, like just have that extra level of patience because life is fragile and all of that. So but yeah, man, I'm happy you're here. Hopefully we'll get to now that I brought it up, like we'll get to focus on toys and talking about all the good stuff. Yeah, man.
Can I highlight? Oh, I don't have the.
Oh no, here we go.
Marvel fan says, Cody, I hope you're fine. Your cat. That made me laugh. Unfortunately, yeah, she passed away. She had a host of when cats get old. I guess it was technically like the kidney disease that got her. But yeah,
right. I know like
I kept her locked up. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you were, I mean, a fantastic, daddy to her, because I know that there was a lot, like especially looking, as you were showing off the log, because there was diabetes, right, and a lot of just a lot of the treatments, and just a lot of love and care.
But yeah, my advice to folks is enjoy the pain in the ass times, because there will be a moment when they're not around to be a pain in the ass, and you'll wish you had just that. So when your dog poops on the rug, enjoy it, because that's fun.
Yep. So here we go. Let's Oh, here we go. Digsfig's in the house. Yeah, Cody, my favorite no nonsense internet user. That's right. You again, one of my reminders is always like, in how I try to interact with everyone is like you never know what someone's going through. And yeah, you clap back at some not to dive in, but like you were not in the mood. You could tell you were not in the mood to be messed with.
Always, I don't know what it is about the groups, but the groups and comment sections. Once you get like strangers commenting, that's where it becomes the Wild West, and I have fun with that.
Well, like I said, I always like to reach out to you. I admire it. There was a time like I would have done it more often and push, but like I try to handle things, a little bit differently, but that doesn't mean that
I have no like professional career I'm trying to nurse.
Yeah.
I have a reputation.
And that's so right. That's why you're in that regard. I'm always like, oh, what did somebody do, Cody? I'm so proud of you. But like, what did they say? What did they say? You gotta get them. You gotta get them sometimes. Let's see. Let's see. Marvel fan said, I've not watched the New Mutants, the movie. Should I watch it? I haven't seen that either. The New Mutants is.
I did catch up to X-Men 97 though.
Oh, you're all 5 so far?
Yeah, all 5.
Oh man. Well, this is a good reminder that over on the Machu Toy YouTube channel last night.
We need to catch up to that now.
Yeah, we did. What was going to be a half-hour recap, but then it was 2 episodes. So like, okay, we'll do an hour. That was like the last time. And then we did 2.5 hours. And then we also got our stream pulled because a little too many clips were being showed without the audio. So again, that's just
those services. They don't. I learned that with Ninja Turtles. That's why, like in my content, I don't like using like Turtles clips of any kind for the most part. They're like, and I think it's automated services. I have a hard time believing like it's actual people hunting it down, but they'll clap you right up for using it.
Yeah. So
in the same breath that like sometimes companies will be like, hey, we noticed you're a big turtle fan, we'd like to work with you. The main turtle company is like, how about you stop using our stuff?
It's like, yeah, there's no balance. It's very, very odd, and that's definitely one of the aspects to doing YouTube and just any kind of social media that is interesting. Because like we want to celebrate this stuff. Like we're not coming from a place of crapping on it. Like we want to enjoy it and say like, hey, especially like with your comic stuff. Like, and you had said you had to pull back because they were like, nope, no, thank you.
Well, oddly, the comic people, they don't care what you do. Like you can put like a whole comic in a video and they're very much down with that. But as soon as you get into like TV, movies,
interesting,
they are not a fan of anything being used at all. But and again, I think it's their automated services that just troll through stuff and automatically shot it down. But
so one of the things that like I was digging through, I've been finding my graphic novel collection. I just ended up like yesterday we took my kids to see Bluey live, which was so much fun.
Didn't they just have like a devastating series finale or something?
Yes. Well, it was, there were tears, but it wasn't exactly in the, they kind of, it wasn't as, not the spoilers for this toddler little kid show.
People take Bluey very seriously.
Right, that's what I mean. Just in case, I've talked to so many people, like Warrior Evans, fellow toy photographer. I was just hitting him up the other day talking about Bluey. So I don't want to get into it too deeply, but it was an emotional finale. It was really good. My kids watched it 3 times this morning because I was the late riser. So by the time I came downstairs, I'm like, well, I want to watch it. So we did it again. So it was really good. But yeah, we saw Bluey live, which was like puppets, and it was amazing. It was so nice. And the kids had
like big puppets, or it's like a
they're like, they'd be like, so human people are visible, like moving all the stuff behind them. The puppets are, I don't know, I would say like on me or on you, like normal size, like man guys, like up to our chest for the dad kind of, but then the little kids, like you'd have, like people on their knees, like walking them around. it was fascinating. It was like really well done, and it was like a whole extended episode basically of the show from like morning to night. It was really adorable.
That's cool.
Yeah, so then we swung by my parents, and that's where I was getting. I took another big tub that I had left over there of like my graphic novels. So that's something that I've wanted to incorporate in like future toy videos or more toy photography stuff. Ooh.
If you guys need a good one, this one apparently written, partially by Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that's the one. Is that him? Is he the star? Is he the hero? Is he Berserk? Berserker?
On him, let me show you. And they really lean into it at times. Like it's clearly like modeled after him. Like that's sad Keanu. Like
oh yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of fun stuff like that. But yeah,
nice.
These are really good. Amazon had like a 2 for 3 sale or 3 for 2 sale or something.
Ooh,
it's very violent and gory though. But
so it's a John Wick-esque style, right? Kind of that kind of level, or
pretty much, yeah. But
so what is that? It's Berserker. That's the name. That's how it would be.
Berserker, no.
Okay.
No vowels. I think it started. It was like a Kickstarter that was like very very successful.
Okay.
And I went to the local comic shop to pick some stuff up, and they had like a different issue of a different story that I picked up, and it was really good. So I just went all in on whatever Amazon.
All right, that I like that. I like that. But yeah, so one of the things I wanted to do, and maybe that could also be tying in, like if I check out a new book, because then I have John Wick figures and other Keanu Reeves. I think I have 3 or 4 Keanu Reeves.
That's the toy gateway, though. When you watch a show, like I passed on, like the X-Men '90s, the X-Men show as a kid, I watched it a lot. So already there's some pull, like, oh, those figures would be cool to have. But it's like, I should rein it in somehow. But then I go through the show, and it's like, maybe I should.
Well, that's what happened to me last night, where in the talking of the show, because like these figures are disappearing, like where there was that extended, like you could find the first wave for so long, and I had Wolverine in my hands.
Timing on these, and I understand it's hard to time it, but man, like,
yeah,
it's just the worst. Like, because it's like it goes on clearance, nobody wants it, and then when everybody does want it, it's like, what do you?
Right. So
what are you gonna do? So I would hope they like pump more out there. So it's not just like a scalper's paradise.
Right. We'll have to see, because like I don't know. It's still like I went to Target today, and it's still not like there's toys. It's not empty. It's not empty pegs. It's not the Wild West, but
like Marvel is pretty sparse these days. So it seems like Marvel, whatever tap they had, they like turned off.
Yeah, that Legends.
Now I see figures now for like the No Way Home figures, where like Mary Jane, and it's like, okay, like when did that movie come out? Like, what are we doing here?
They were $9, Mary Jane, and I was like, I already have one. Like, I'm not gonna customize anybody. Like that's where I am in my collecting. Where like I used to think like, oh, that could be fodder. That could be that. I'm like, what am I gonna? No, I'm not gonna use this. Who am I kidding? By the way, real quick, Josh Brown says, yep, fur babies are just a big part of the family. Absolutely. And Kenny Lang said, sorry to hear about that, Cody. And I lost my pug, was one of the hardest times of my life. So I'm sorry about that. The day he lost it.
For sure.
Let's see. Turtles Nerd. Cody, have you checked out the Animal Wars, the Spiro, the AWOC? I know you've heard me talk about them before, and they have that Kickstarter going.
That is one I've been very tempted on, and I'll probably dip into at some point, especially like I don't know what he's called, and I think it's like wave 2 or 3. I don't know which the waves, but it's like a gecko man, I think.
Yeah. I bet you know what, he would fit in really well with like the Ninja Turtle stuff, just because like the mutant animals. Like that's essentially
kind of like the beauty of turtles. Really, like anything goes with turtles. Like there's nothing like too ridiculous. So like you can and anything that's not a human, you can just say it's a mutant and it works.
Yeah.
Another one I've been tempted is the Saurosauric warriors too.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Dinosaur ones.
Oh, is that were they on 5K?
No,
was that the third party or something?
Like, just like a independent thing.
Okay.
You can get them like Big Bad Toy Store and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Like the Dino version of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, I think of it as.
I think I'm sure.
If you saw them, you'd know them for sure.
Yeah, because there were.
Too.
Okay.
But I think it's Saurozoic Warriors. It's like a brontosaurus guy with a long neck, and
Oh, maybe not. I'm thinking of like at the very least, 5K had some again third party like dinosaur warrior guys that look so rad for so
oh, they've
long,
done
and
a bunch too.
yeah, oh, I was thinking about it. Um, but here we go. So yeah, at Cal saying X Men '97 is great. Again, guys, like yesterday was the spoiler stream, so we will just for anybody that hasn't caught up, we will protect the sanctity of the spoilers, but definitely get on it because I mean, like, I don't know how you'd be avoiding spoilers at this point. People have not been chill about it whatsoever.
Do you enjoy the piecemeal release, or do you like the full series out? Because I watched all of Fallout.
Oh, so I started Fallout the other night with my wife, and she's like, "You didn't run this past me." She hated the like just because she's like, "This is what I go to sleep like having nightmares about."
I mean, I can't say if she doesn't like it for that reason, it's not gonna get better. But
right,
that series just gets better and better and better. And by the end of it, I think it's one of the best adaptations ever. I would call it better than Last of Us for real.
Oh wow. Well, I love the I can't remember his name now, but the guy that's the cowboy in the opening because I only what's his name?
Walton Goggins. He plays the ghoul.
Okay, yeah.
He is incredible.
Because I love him in everything from Billy, Baby Billy from Righteous Gemstones, and he was in Vice Principals, and what else?
He's one of those actors where it's like once you turn on to them, it's like everything this man does is gold.
Right.
I don't care what it is.
What was the one that he was in with Timothy Oliphant? What was the name of that show? That was a good one too. You ever watch that way back when?
Justified?
That was how I.
Was that
it? Unjustified? Yeah, something like that.
It's like I haven't watched it, but I'm aware of it, and so I
need. Yeah, that was how I first saw him, and I was like, damn, he's
that's like a Wild West kind of thing or something.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like he was more. Yeah, it was a cop show, but not real. I don't know, sheriff. I can't even remember. It was a long time ago. I think it was Justified. I just love Timothy Oliphant, but that guy played a perfect foil to him, and like I said, ever since then, I've just loved everything he's been in.
Yeah, you'll love Fallout more and more because it just
okay. So it's what we call a Jimmy show over in my house. So she tapped, so I'm gonna have to it's now added to my list of Invincible. She's like she can't do Invincible anymore, so I'm 4 episodes into that.
Like the violence or.
Yeah, and then interest, she's definitely in a mode of she just wants to have things wash over her. She doesn't want to get freaked out. She has enough drama in her life every day at her job and being an excellent mother of her twins. So yeah, she has enough stress to deal with otherwise. So at night it's usually what
I have friends like that too, where it's you can see also how different stuff that doesn't bother me really affects them, and they're like, wow, this is super super dark, and I'm just like, no, it was a romp, it was fun.
Yep. So yeah, this will be added to my list of shows. So Invincible is at the top of my I want to get through that because I think there's only 10 episodes, 8 episodes. I'm trying to think.
I still haven't. I need to watch that too.
Okay, that's another good one. Let's see. Jukebox Hero is in the house. I always recommend cat owners get a Rehmannia to put in their water. It's for kidney health. Rehmannia?
Yeah, and wet food. Wet food's also really good.
Wet food, that's right. Old Grumpy Nerd, happy Sunday. And there's the Machu Toy. Dude, again, if you need to nap up tonight or just rest and let us talk turtles, and again, let it wash over you this evening. No worries. Cal is asking Cody, what's your favorite anime?
It's One Piece.
Oh, you already answered it, One Piece.
Yeah, I'm in the chat. I am I'm a serial chat reader, so
beautiful.
If I could, and One Piece is hard because it's a long-running series. I think it's almost at its 25th anniversary, so it's really hard to get people to get into because it's you'll either like it from the start and you'll propel yourself forward, or it's you need to at least watch. And I don't know how it relates to the episodes, but it's you need 200 chapters worth because the whole series is I think we're on 1111 chapters, and we'll get a new one this week, and it's it's the best comic ever written. So if you can if I promise you, like if you get like 200 chapters in, you'll be hooked, and then it
Oh
just
man.
again, it's just a rocket to the top, a crescendo.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's
See,
I would
those
recommend reading the
intimidate me.
manga. That'll go so much faster because the anime
Okay.
is very like padded out, and that's the downside of anime because
Mm-hmm.
they're adapting the manga. So if the manga's still being written, there's a point where the anime catches up and they start doing filler episodes, and they'll start to, like pad
Game of
episodes
Thrones
out.
style.
Yeah, but worse than that, like because
Right.
they'll recap constantly. So like
Mm,
you can just cut out episodes, whole episodes or sections
okay.
because they're just trying to like have like space it properly.
Hmm.
But yeah,
All right.
it's a tough ask for the anime, but you'll love it by the end. I'm utterly
That's
convinced nobody could watch
that's
200
why
be hooked.
I haven't done the show yet, but I think like just like with
So
my
the
wife got
Netflix show is probably a good gateway like to watch.
right. That's what I was hoping. Like I heard good things about it. We've been
Yeah, I've heard everybody
enjoying.
heard like loved it, of course, and of
Yeah,
course like it's an adaptation of it, so it's gonna have its strengths and weaknesses. But
sure.
get
Yeah.
that One Piece lore, I think that's really great too.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I figured. So like it's because we've been doing. My wife got me into the Last Airbender, Avatar. So we've
Yeah,
been watching that
I've
live
never actually
adaptation.
watched Avatar, but yeah, folks are
Yeah,
super into it too.
and that's been really good. Like so, I mean, I was like, of course I'd like this. This is like superhero powers, like this origin stories, and yeah. So yeah, it was nice. That was one of her things that she's gotten me into. And then I'll suggest One Piece once we finish Avatar. No, Josh Brown, Bluey did not die. I will spoil that for you. No, Bluey's fine. Bluey's fine. Everybody's good. Um, oh, and I love this. Cal's asking Machu where he is. Because I'll take it today off. That's right. Well deserved, Machu. Well deserved. He
Al is
was
really like the producer of everyone's show.
I love it. I love it. Yep. Yeah. It deserved the day off. Yeah. Get the day off. Um, let's see. Yimbo, I told you to buy them. You're still not listening to me. Wait, oh boy, which things now that we were talking about that I didn't buy? The X-Men figures? Oh, the X-Men figures. Well, that's what I was getting back to. The X-Men stuff keeps disappearing. And Machu was right about Wolverine. So
I thought you did dip into those, right?
I did, but I had like I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna pick and choose like characters that I needed
Like
to flesh out my. Yeah, and then of course when the show hit, now I wanted all of them. But like, so I did buy.
And you're like, oh, now this I know what that character is. They seem less goofy.
Right.
That's
So there's still a couple I'm passing on. Like I didn't get the Executioner. I'm not saying he won't make a reappearance, but at this point he was kind of nerfed early on. So it's like in my head, I'm like, all right, he looks rad. I still don't like, I still have to be cognizant of like how many toys I'm bringing in. So I did buy last night Apocalypse, the animated retro card, because he's gonna be, I think, a thing.
I love Apocalypse. I love
him. So I picked him up. And Jean Grey finally, because I know she's going to disappear, and Magneto. And then I got the Age of Apocalypse morph, literally, just for the head sculpt, so I can pop him on, because it's like that
Have
look.
you read Age of Apocalypse, by the way? That's the best X-Men story. That one's so fun.
No, you know what? No, it was, yes, I did. Yes, no. So back in the 90s, I have like, and this is like my last tub of comics is at my parents' house, and that's where it's like my single issues that I'm so, pat myself on the back because I kept them all in like the bags and the card back, what are they called? Just the cardboard backers, I guess.
I got part of my haul as well was with
getting those guys, right?
The black bag.
So they're just like, those things I kept all pristine.
Yeah,
well, as pristine as I could. Yeah, bag and board. So I have I remember the whole. Is the Age of Apocalypse also when Archangel gets created and there's the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and is that a separate thing?
So Age of Apocalypse is so Xavier gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so the world takes a whole different turn because he's not around, and because of that, they can't. Apocalypse Rise to Power is complete.
Okay.
And so, kind of like the cartoon, Magneto takes over the X-Men leader, and that's where you get a lot of stuff like Magneto and Rogue together and whatnot.
Right.
So if you're a fan of 97, especially, I think people would love Apocalypse.
Okay.
But yeah, so Apocalypse reigns supreme, and he does have his 4 horsemen, and I do believe they change every so often. It's not like a a permanent lineup necessarily, but I do think Archangel.
Yeah, because that's
No. In that one, it's different. Archangel is just like a dude running like a mutant club because it's kind of like alternate reality. So you have like different.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's where you get like Wolverine is Weapon X, and he's missing an arm because it gets like blasted off by like Cyclops, who. So it's like it tosses everything up. I think in the cartoon is where Apocalypse made Archangel.
Okay. Yeah. So I whatever that line was where there was like pestilence and famine, and I remember just reading those issues and like
that is Apocalypse, but it also might be in his like regular stories too. But I think that's the best X-Men story.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to like again. It's added to my mental list of like stuff I need to get my hands on and reread.
I'm 90 and I'm just catching up to everything.
By the way, here we go. We have Trix Blast 95 over from your channel, buddy. So there we go. Welcome over here. Hello.
Like you see people's like usernames and they're like vaguely similar across platforms, but I recognize that face. How's it going, Mike?
Yeah, there you go. Archie's in the house. Happy Sunday night, buddy. Josh Brown says, I found a 97 Wolverine at a local shop last week and it made my day. Very nice. Yeah, Machu, it did bail me out. So he's sitting on a Wolverine 97 for me, despite the fact that I stupidly had it on pegs.
I'm just so baffled. Like when the show is live, the shelf should be full of it. It just seems.
I know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Especially because there was the delay, right, with the release. I don't know. You'd think that these companies could figure it out, but I guess there's just so many moving parts,
and it's hard to like manage the demand. And it's like for every kind of stuff that's popular, you have like Dungeons and Dragons, which was criminally unpopular, and those figures just sat forever. And then
I still was gonna buy a couple of them, but my Walmart their clearance was like $21 to $20.68.
Like, Amazon has had clearance for those.
Yeah, is that movie? I remember you saw that so long ago. Is that now available to watch? I
think it's.
Is that Prime?
Plus.
Oh, Paramount.
It might also be Prime at this point too. It might be.
We're making a big jump. That was one of the things that we did yesterday. We had a visit from Optimum, and they were pushing hard. So we're gonna do some cord cutting, and it's a little nerve-wracking, but like
cord cutting. How?
So like we still have cable boxes because my wife had always wanted them, but now we're gonna just be internet streaming family. So Paramount Plus is in our future because that kind of has everything my kids are gonna want to watch, and then I'll be able to.
Plus is pretty nice.
Yeah, because we've been paying so much as it is every month. It's like so expensive, and then I realized like I'm buying Disney Plus and whatever. Oh, Peacock, like all these other ones anyway. Like, what am I doing?
You need Peacock for the wrestling, huh?
Yeah, of course. And The Office. Doombot 9000. What's up, man? I picked up that MJ for $9. There you go. Mostly for the Cube Thing accessory. Right. I already had her at full price because you never know what stuff is gonna actually stick around. But no sleep till Mamba. Let's see. Archie, GameStop is your best shot for X-Men 97. My sources still have both Magneto, Storm, and Bishop. I have the Bishop. I have the Magneto. I can't wait for now the purple Magneto with the M. Storm, I've been like torn about because I have two good Storm figures, and I noticed that she just still has the single jointed. So like I don't know, but they're black outfits, and that's the white. I don't know. I probably should get it. Machu yell at me. Toys R Us and Macy's. Okay, well also I got to check there too. Let's see. I just bought Pale from Animal Warriors of the Kingdom today. Ooh, Pale's a good one. That's one of my favorites. So that's awesome, Turtles Nerd. Dig said Fallout was awesome. Unfortunately, I binged. Oh, so this is now. Look at this. This is how our conversations go, Cody. This is why we get along. Our brains work similarly. So, going back to your question, I love X-Men making me wait because it gives me all the water cooler vibes. And there's so much in it to dissect, and it gives us a chance to like have streams like last night. So I love it. But then there's also the impatient part of me too that also if something is available to binge, like I would binge it right away. But I'm happy. I'm happy that
X-Men 97, like just I waited long enough. I didn't purposely wait, but by the time I got to it, I can go through all the episodes. So it's always interesting to me too, like if I was making the shows, which one I would choose, because like people go through it immediately and they're like, wow, this was an amazing series, which like Fallout is getting like really good praise and whatnot, and so it like has that impact, and then you can sell it to everybody like, hey, you can watch it all now, you can catch right up.
Right.
And people love like the binge, this is your weekend. But then there's also, week to week you're talking about it. It's like an event viewing, and so it's like I don't know what I would choose if I was at the
if I was if you were if you and I tag teams as showrunner helmers of something, I think I would push us for the weekly, like the week to week, because when I think of something like Last of Us and now with X-Men just being another reminder of that, like, I don't know, it keeps the conversation like consistent, like, but the show would have to be good. That's, I think, the big part of it too.
Yeah, I think
is
that's
like
the downfall. Like if it doesn't hit and if it doesn't work, people are like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but we also grew up in the era of having, like, again, the water cooler conversations. So like a show, one episode you can then talk about all week long, and then start, like Lost. Lost is one of my favorite shows of all time. And same deal, like, like, oh my god, and what do the numbers mean, and what's in the hatch, and all that stuff, right?
I used to always get like a pizza and go home, and you'd watch the episode of Lost.
And then like rewatch it multiple times, and that's what I'm doing with X-Men now too, where I'm rewatching each episode a couple of times now in a week. So I think if it's done well, because something like Invincible is really, really good, but there's no one consistent conversation, at least in socials, like in our Instagram toy circles and things. Like X-Men has constantly been a thing about this episode, So Fallout will be interesting, because other than like it's really good, like the show isn't guiding the conversation, I guess is a good way to put it, maybe.
Yeah, well, and it's also like it's harder to talk about to some degree, because it's like I've watched it all, but I don't know who else has watched it all, and I don't really care about spoilers. I believe personally, like, spoilers in most cases make it more enjoyable, because it's like reading a story a second time, and then you like understand like all the little things. But some people are very like, no, like you're dead to me until I've watched it. So.
I used to be like that. I've come around. Like I still prefer a virgin viewing experience. Like I like to have that, like, like, or ooh, like I want that moment. Whereas, but I totally get that side of it too. Like, see, because for so long, if I did have something, I was waiting for it. Like whatever the big thing was going to be, I'm like sitting there like now, and it would like detract from the rest of the story while I wait for the thing that I know is coming. So that was how I used to try to. But again, I'm not mean about it. I used to be mean about it, not anymore.
How were you mean about it? Like, did you?
Oh no, I was one of the brats that was like, you better shut your mouth. I didn't get a chance to watch it. You at least give me a week, gosh darn it, No, like no, it's. I saw somebody, I forget, like no big deal, but like I saw a couple of like, man, I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to watch X-Men yet, and stupid this whole, and it's like, if you're on social media, you either have to not be on social media, but if you choose to go on it, like you did it to yourself. Like that's how I kind of.
Yeah, it's tough, because you just gotta like. I feel like if you really care, you got to watch it quick. Like you got.
Yeah, or like I said, like take the break, put the phone down, and just as hard as like you have to. You make a choice. If you're gonna go on social media, people are gonna be talking about the thing that they're excited about. Like that's just how it is these days, Josh Brown said one episode at the fall, and I was pleasantly surprised. Looking forward to the rest, and it was justified. Thank you, Archie. Appreciate that. Machu says I need to check out Fallout because they filmed some parts in an abandoned supermarket a few blocks away from my parents' house. That's cool.
Yeah, apparently they filmed in like New York and also like Utah, because Utah gets a lot of like the desert areas.
Yeah, what would be really cool is if Machu. Oh man, Matt, maybe we might need to make like some sort of trek over there, right? And can we film? Can we do a thing? That could be neat. Let's see. Cal, I took like 15 episodes for me to like One Piece. It took like, okay, but he's in there now. All right, that's good. KJ Smith, happy Sunday, buddy. And here's fellow Turtle Boy, King of Turtle, a.k.a. Autumn Knight, over on Instagram. Let's see. Machu, that AOA morph was like $9 on Amazon. Mine was $16. Damn it. Oh well. But yeah, still cheap, still under retail. Marvel fan. I think Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wave 3 will be Morph, Forge, Cable, Beast, Jubilee, 2 sunspots, power on and off. And at the SDCC panel, they should, what is it? They should, with him with his powers fully on and maybe Sinister. Those are good, I mean, like, good calls. Because you have both versions of Jubilee. Seats. I can't. I gotta. Okay. Forge.
No, that Age of Apocalypse wave actually is pretty cheap. Like the morph is only $17.
But he was saying it was 9.
It was 9.
So I guess at one point it was 9.
If something's old and under 30, I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Well, that's why that's what spurred me on to buy it last night. I was like, oh, $16.99. Okay. Well, it's not full price, so I want that head sculpt. But yeah, this is a great lineup, man. That would be really great. And last night we talked a lot about what other figures. I think my favorite suggestion was, what do you think about this, Cody? 5, like the Amazon where they put out the 5 figures for like Wolverine set, or there was a Guardians, but 5 different toys, right? The basketball team.
That would be cool.
In there. Right?
It's fun to have like a nice bundle. I like a good bundle.
Right? Wouldn't that be a nice for like all of them in that, like, so Gambit with the crop top and Wolverine shirtless with the
summer gear. That always makes me laugh because like you still have like Cyclops and his like
right,
like the headgear.
Yep, I know.
He needs like more summery working headgear.
Oh, and he was saying, "Good buddy, how you doing?" So let's see. The show was delayed. Okay, so Josh did say the show was delayed.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But it's just weird, like the bulk of figures, and maybe it just speaks to the popularity because people eventually bought them up or whatever. But like you see some figures just for like ever and ever, and then like the show comes out and like you don't see the figures at all. So it's like it just seems like they'd want to like bolster them, but I don't know. Maybe the whole like clearance thing has really like devastated how they handle toys.
Yeah, I still think that there's going to be some level of reduction in production. Yeah,
because I feel
at this point,
see, like a ton of the new stuff anymore. Like I feel like they get like one box of it and like that's it, instead of like
like I felt like in my Target I had more opportunity, right? Like I feel like now it's if I miss that peg really, like whenever they're unboxing, that's it. Like there's no other restocks coming. And Macho said, I think the show was supposed to come back out closer to Wave 1, but got pushed back. Hasbro sticks to their dates, but delays, kept messing it up. And thank you, Macho. As always, everybody, not that, it's always appreciated, never expected, but thank you guys. And just so you know, like all that stuff obviously helps fund what we do over here in the channel and Comic-Con goals at this point. So, but thank you very much, Matt. I will have to get Storm. All right. I will get Storm. I will say, Cody, that did you see the Giant Man Wasp 2-pack that just was like literally, dude, I have it in my house. That was announced like last week and now I own it.
I feel like they've been just like burning stuff out there. Like as soon as it's announced, shit, because I have, do you know Pardon My Nerd? He's a friend.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He'd have like a bunch of pre-orders,
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, we shipped them all. And he's like, oh,
no. What did I do?
Like 5 figures to charge and ship all at once.
Yeah. No, I know. That's what I just went through in the last couple of weeks with a lot of the Legend stuff. But anyway, like that's Toddy Mac level of here's an announcement, the toys in your hands a week later. Like I love that, and I hope that
is super fun.
And I that was huge praise from obviously like our toy friends, but then like just when people in the community being like, this is what it should be, like get us hyped, and now I have it. Like why don't make us wait 6 months, don't make us wait so long. Like
no, I do kind of appreciate waiting too, because it gets you time. And it doesn't always work out, but like you can at least like you don't have to like drop it right then and there, because it's like, and it gets the same thing where it's like, if I don't buy it now, am I ever gonna get it, or is it like Scalper City? So
right. Well, this one had to be, even as I was trying, Again, I'm always lying to myself. Even tonight, I told my wife, I'm like, so Cody and I, we're like, I'll be up by 10, and she goes, I just shut up. she's just like, I was like, you say that it's just have fun, and I'll see you when I see you. That's what she says now. I'm like, all right, that's fair. But yeah, like that was a must buy for me, even in my like trying to be good about some toys, because I have Giant Man coming, so like I can't not get. That was the Hank Pym I needed. I'm just expecting like I'm picturing like November, and if it comes September, October, like yes, but like in my head without any research, like I'm just gonna plan on November. That's what like the his tank was somewhere in that ballpark. I'm fine with that. Like
already paid for, right?
Yeah, and that's just sweet. Yeah.
It's not like some horrible event when it ships.
Right. Cal had a great question. So, I'll start with you, Cody. Who's your favorite 2 X-Men?
My favorite 2 X-Men. It's kind of hard because it always like shifts with the design a lot. I've always really liked Archangel, like his all like techno apocalypse version.
Yeah,
I think that one is dope. I don't know, and probably like Wolverine just for the looks.
Yeah, I mean, like Wolverine is like easily I can't not say Wolverine. And then it's like I guess if I go like childhood, my 2 favorite were Wolverine and Cyclops, and I loved their whole like back and forth and all of that. Like, but then Gambit, like so it's always hard. I love the X-Men, like the X-Men, like
the cool version, and you're like maybe it's Bishop,
Yeah, Bishop's fantastic.
All it takes is like they release a cool design, and it's like he's the coolest one ever. Like, of course.
I actually, it's funny that you held them up because today I was like, ooh, I'm gonna mess around, so I busted out my 2 Mezco guys here. I did discover
Cable's also really great.
Yeah, I was super sad though because I discovered, as I knock over a bunch of stuff, my light up feature on this Cyclops stopped working. So I swapped the batteries.
A battery in his head?
Yeah, so it's the way this one works. Ooh, here I could do my my little second cam setup here. Let me throw this up there. There we go. Wait, whoop. There we go. All right, so the way that the Mezco, this is like an earlier version of the light up. I heard that like the Superman and the Spider-Man are now like inside, like the peg stays in there and you pull it out from underneath, but this was the whole peg, and this then turned on like so. So then that goes. But like I said, with Superman and Spider-Man, there you go. It's a little bit different where the peg stays inside the head now, which I do like better. So I don't know if Cyclops, it's just because of the use of it or just battery leakage, whatever else. But that got shot. I was so sad. And again, it's so silly because when I think of Mafex or Legends, like they don't light up, like, and the parts are still awesome. But because I'm a jerk and I can't not have a thing work that I wanted, because my wife goes, oh, well, you can use cables, but then you can't use them together. And I was like, I know. Big Bad has the PX version, which was the all blue and yellow with like the blue. So it was $50. It's still up there today. And I added it to my pile of loot because I'm like, I'm going to get that light up feature and I'll get the unmasked head sculpt with the big glasses. So it like there's enough where it was worth it for me to now own both of them, and then I'll have a working Cyclops neck peg. But yeah, it's the stuff that again I don't know. I can't explain how some things just drive me so crazy in toys. Like I need my toys to work the way they're supposed to.
That's like the downside. Like as you brought that up, I thought my Heat Boys Mikey, I was like, oh, I have the battery in his head still. I should remove the battery.
Yeah, and then like I was thinking about my my Hulkbuster. Like literally, there's so many guys that I have with batteries, and I'm like, son of a gun. But I've had that Cyclops for a few years, and this is the problem of like having, as you know by name, too many new toys. Stuff gets pushed to the side, so it is a good reminder to like check in with your battery figures, just to be safe.
I'll do that after this, because
Which again, it's such a
explodes.
Yeah, I guess I should take out the batteries of the Hulkbuster too. It's just I guess it's part of toy time, right? It's just another part of toy time. It's just another hassle. What about that Megatron? Is that so much easier, or no? It's just the whole process of taking the stuff in and out, right? Because like at least he has a magnet head, right?
Yeah, it's a magnet, and it's the same way like the Heat Boys ones work. The Heat Boys I think is the easiest because it's just you just pull the thing off and the battery comes out. Megatron, it's just like a screw on the faceplate. So like the face comes off, and behind that you put that in there. So it's not difficult. It's just again that like you forget about it, and with my luck, the battery, I'll come back and Megatron will have a face full of battery acid. And
yeah, damn it. This is like all right, this is our toy PSA to everybody. If you have light up things, especially on some of your more premium toys, check on your batteries, friends.
If you have like anything with like a lithium battery, so if you have like an older phone or like an older game system, like anything with like a battery in it, over time those batteries swell, and like so anything with a battery in it, if you're not using it regularly, you should take the battery out, because that battery like I had a PSP. Any PSP lovers?
I have the Vita. I just found mine, and I haven't plugged that in forever.
Someone's like, those batteries swell over time, and I checked my PSP, and sure enough, it was all fat because the battery was starting to go.
That's crazy. I can't believe, as people, just as a side note, how the hell have we not come up with a better system?
What the hell? The world of Fallout, you do a little, nuclear material, and that battery's good for life. I'm just saying, it's worth it. Battery tech, we should put everything into that to fix it.
Yeah. So a good PSA, good reminder. By the way, Josh Brad said, I don't have time to binge, much prefer time to chew on it. But also people will subscribe and cancel if they can't watch all at once. It's why Netflix started splitting seasons. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Like the half season is interesting. I don't know. I just kind of love all of it at once, and then I can go for it. But
Machu said I should.
I would go for it.
Right. Machu said I should get the Executioner, so you can give one of your GI Joes the Megatron or Mega Man cannon and make them Friends of Humanity. Oh, I do have that Jada Toys Mega Man. He just wants all the enabling points. Let's see. It's the reduction of production function junction.
The Schoolhouse Rock.
That was great. Messi says, I wonder if they will make a new Buck when they release 97 Beast, or will they reuse the current Beast Buck? I bet that they keep the same one, because I have the gray one that
has like they recently did the retro carded with like
with the lab coat.
All they need is like a more cartoony face, and they're golden.
Exactly. Because that's a great body. From just having the gray one, and I need to take out that lab coat one. Just because I
saw someone I can't remember who it is, but on Instagram someone gave him like a mini brands book that he was holding and reading.
And nice. Josh Reddy was $2 a day, but he spent $25. That hurts the SEC funds. LOL, Josh, if it does, I just paid off my. That's right, he did. Oh man, that's gonna be so much fun. I'll let somebody else make that announcement as we get closer. But yeah, we have a whole little content creator house that's brewing, and it's happening. Machu already paid in full, so I got to take care of that too. Josh Brown, again, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Let's help you by a storm. Thank you. Josh, let's see. My two favorite X-Men are anyone other than Cyclops. I kid, but Gambit and Rogue. Oh, those are all right. Those are really good picks.
He's a cool character. Like not necessarily like nobody like he's kind of like the Leo of the X-Men, where he's just like a buzzkill. But his like his look, the powers, they're just cool.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, like he's a tough. He gets the bad rap because of again in that leadership position. You know, like there's the Boy Scout image. It's like the same thing that Superman gets knocked on. But you know, like when you
Cyclops is a villain, so hey.
Right. And he
has long rocking hair. He has like long Yimbo hair. So
ooh, all right. By the way, what's going on, fellow Toy Dead? How you doing? No chewing. I do have two. I have the original retro card black suit, and then I have the 2-pack with what's his name, Warpath. That I haven't unboxed yet, but I did take out of a tub recently, so I can mess with it. It's like more in like a mid-drift outfit, but it's not the animated one, so I probably should get that. Oh, and Code, I see what you're doing. You're pressuring too. Oh, he's debating. Yep. All right. Hey, Pablo's Toy Box. What's going on? Just so you guys know, Pablo went live last night to talk about his photography and production, post-process, all sorts of stuff. So I haven't been able to check it out yet, but just so you guys know, Pablo, you know, part of Maz's Toy Box, fellow Toy Dad, he's hopped on the TPC with us, very knowledgeable. So I can't wait to check his YouTube channel out. So what's up, Pablo? And let's see, Turtles Nerd, the Ooze with Rage Toy Splinter glows in the dark. Oh, we're going to have to talk about that because I think this is a good segue to our like main toy event tonight, which are going to be these Rage Toy Ninja Turtles. I love it. Oh, Machu, it's easier to just periodically turn them on. Oh.
There's that too. Like, yeah, you have to like use the battery regularly too, but I still fear both where it's like the battery's just going to
That's interesting though, because maybe I'll set a reminder for like monthly, and I'll just take all of my light up toys and like once a month it's like okay, and then I'll just make a reel out of like turning all the crap on. Like I have like the neck of a wagon. All right, let's get those headlights going. His tank. Let's. So thank you, Machu. That's great. Kidulting, what's up? I am not banned forever. No, last night that was very terrifying. If you wanted to see the look of two grown men who puckered up in the matter of seconds, it was my face and Machu's face going like, oh boy.
Were those your first copy strikes?
So fortunately, they're not strikes. They're not official strikes. So not to get into the whole YouTube thing, but you know, like those are a big thing to avoid. So we both were able to use the built-in editing feature, and we just had them cut out everything that they flagged. Yep. So and now we know to be even more diligent. So this is also a message to TMNT 1987, our boy Jay, your twin. Because Jay is going to be in my Donnie review tomorrow, since I think tomorrow is still winning the poll. Let me just check. Oh no! So now it's up 52% tonight after the stream. All right, but Jay is featured in talking up Donnie. Next time we have any kind of turtley draft, no video clips. No video clips. We cannot risk because he was throwing them up in the draft last time. We were like,
yeah, TMNT doesn't play. Like they hit me, like they struck so many of my videos where like it instantly put me where the platforms were like, hey, you're at risk now if this keeps happening. And so I just like wiped all my videos.
Yeah. It's not at the end of the day.
YouTube is a better platform because they're more forgiving about it, and I think they're at the worst is they'll just like they'll just claim the money over it instead of just like, shutting the account down. Or they'll block the video. Like I have shorts where the music gets blocked all the time in like Russia, oddly enough, where it's
like, where like something
generally
like,
YouTube isn't like as nuclear as
no, for sure. So no, so thank you for worrying about us, Kidulting. But yeah, we are okay. I actually did have that worry too, because like when I'm getting the emails of like stream interruptible, I was like, oh no, they have to go to copyright school. I'm not going to be able to. But the show tomorrow. Like I was so worried about. But we're all good. I'm here. And then Anthony's in the house. What's up, Toy Mirth? How are you, buddy? Pablo said all leader role characters get crapped on. No one else wants to step up to make the hard choices and keep the team in check. I'm with you, Pablo. Like I said, like in my life, I've as a kid, I like I had Superman, Cyclops, Leo. Those were like the guys. And then during my teenage and 20s, I started gravitating towards the Raphael bad boy characters. But no, I'm back as a trying to be the best me I can be every day. I'm trying, I'm back to striving for the ideal of those leadership characters. So I also think they get a bad rap. Josh Brown, time to streep on the dark web. I am never. No, I don't even. I don't even like joking about the dark web. I just.
He's going straight to kick. The next stream will be a kick stream.
And Pablo, yes, definitely. Feel free to. I think I have links that are allowed to be shared in here. But otherwise, definitely let people know the name of the channel so we can check you out. But yes, main event time. All right. So Cody. I'll get these X-Men out of the way. So, Rage Toys.
Yeah.
Now you've had these guys. What's up? Oh yeah. Oh, and you guys, you're ID. So this is the IDW, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had such a great find. That was today, right? That you found all of those guys.
The Rat King and Alapex are at Targets now. They just. It's kind of weird. You get and especially turtle folks, you get so used to like, not that NECA necessarily always does it that way, or like stuff like this, which has like a solid release date,
right?
Like loyal subjects, they're just kind of like, this is a thing, and then it'll be in the store. Like they don't tell you exactly when. And so I was just strolling around, and there they are.
Well, that's awesome. I know Ender Shadow hit me up based on sharing your reel, and he goes, "Oh, I want that Alapex." I'm like, "Well, Cody's gonna be open it tonight." So, yeah, man, whatever you feel like starting with, because who do you want to go to? Like, I know I have my Master Splinter to open, and I just had the Mezco boys over here to just kind of show the comparison, but they're gonna live back there. But yeah, what are you more inspired to open first?
Would it break your heart to know that I haven't opened half of my Mezco set yet? I haven't dug into Donnie or Raph yet.
Oh wow.
I'm pretty sure I don't have like the duplicate head thing though. So
okay, you're pretty sure. I freaked out
when people were warning you about it.
Yeah, well, it literally happened to like I'm trying to think. It was like Not a Bird, and then
fairly common.
Yeah, Misty Owl. Like there was a couple guys, but I think it was Misty Owl and Not a Bird were able to actually link up. They both live in Florida and and sent each other. Like we're all in a Mezco chat, so like that's a couple guys. And it's like, oh wait, this is So it was really nice that it was more than that too. Like I saw other random people that like people that you follow like for doing toy stuff, and I saw some stuff, and I was like, hey. Just try to find a friend who has the other two because someone's going to have it. And then it's like, oh, yeah, no problem. We already did that, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. All right. Well, out of the stuff that you have in front of you, what do you feel like cracking open first?
Let's do some Rat King.
Yeah. All right.
If you want to bust out Splinter, Rat King, they're natural.
That is true. That is true. So in my Donatello review tomorrow, and I'm like, or tonight, depending on the final percentage, but I do have I have Spidey in there to show the comparison because when I took some pictures, I did a couple hand picky pose and things. I love the articulation of these Rage guys. And that was the common thought from anybody that like isn't into them. They're just like, oh, they're too small. And I'm like, I get it. It's definitely like personal preference. Like, how big do you like your turtles compared to like
especially
Spider-Man?
if you're one to like mix your figures about 40 turtles, which I do think actually like that Spider-Man, the turtles are roughly the right size actually.
Right, like that's what I said. I'm like, we talked about it. We like our turtles being short kings, right? Like we don't mind.
Still a little like they are a tad undersized, like.
Right.
The Mezco ones are maybe about right because turtles should generally be like 5 foot tall top, so like shoulder level to most folks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like to me, this is ideal.
Still work.
Yeah.
But
so
I definitely smaller.
Right. So yeah, well, you get that going. All right, so that Rat King. So how he looks so different. Why? Why is he so different looking in this iteration than like the handsome one that Super 7 put out?
The
Handsome Rat
sexy
King.
Rat King.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Best Action. They've tacked on to, and let me show you. I have actually, this is one of his latest comics. It's based on the artwork from Mateus Santaluco. His runs. He didn't do necessarily a ton of issues, but you'll see in his art style, like that's what they're going for with their turtles, because his became very much like the most kind of iconic, I would say, from the runs, though they've had a lot of good runs in the story. So this Rat King is a little different because he's not just like a regular Joe Schmo. In the IDW universe, he is part of what's called the Pantheon, which
Okay.
is just it's like a family of elder gods.
Oh.
So he is actually an evil god that has just been causing havoc throughout time.
So not just a dude that lives in the sewer.
No, and so yeah,
Okay.
that's the form they gave him. So he is definitely much
Interesting.
creepier.
Okay.
Though the normal Rat King, um, I guess the '87 series is the least creepy version, but like the Mirage Comics Rat King is a creepy lunatic. Yeah, this one he's an elder god, very much still like the Pied Piper kind of vibes and all that kind of dark stuff. He does play into a lot the whole control over rats, so he's especially a serious threat to Splinter.
Oh, wow. So he has like a actual um there's like a what am I trying to say? Superpower aspect to him? Or god well, I guess
Oh yeah, yeah,
godlike
like and
power to him.
he's definitely like messing with like your mind and whatnot. Possessing an eerie blend of psychic abilities and a affinity for controlling vermin, formidable adversary. But yeah, so
Neat.
he's definitely a bad customer. Here's the best thing, folks, and this, come on, NECA, these figures, it was like $22 at Target. You can regularly get them, below 20.
Mm-hmm.
A tray system. Is this so hard?
Well, that's even like right now. I'm rocking them Master Splinter, not Splinter, and Trey. The
Boom.
Trey
Yeah,
is so
he's out.
nice.
There's no ties. I didn't have to pay a fortune for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, come on, NECA, and you can still you see the figure just fine. So if they're like, oh, it ruins the display, does it?
No,
Does
no,
it?
I'm with you. I actually, the box. That's why I've almost bought those IDW guys so many times, like on like toy hunts, like or just Sunday trip with the family where it's the only thing that's there. I'm like, and I always stop myself. Actually, heads up, everybody, Walmart finally did clearance out a bunch of stuff. You know that 4-pack of the IDW ones, I guess the black and white.
Yeah. That one's cool. I don't like it.
Yeah, it was 85 for the longest time, and now I hear I haven't been to a Walmart to see it in person, but I heard that they're 25 that set. So at least in a couple of my local Walmarts. So $25, like that's tempting to pull the trigger on, but again, like that's STC money at this point. So I don't know. But you like your IDW, you like these guys.
They're great. I would compare them a lot to like Marvel Legends, honestly.
And now have you felt like they've improved? Because I really like the Krang that I have. I bought the Krang because I figured I would never find like the NECA one where I was impatient for finding a cartoon Krang for the longest time. So like I only have an original Donnie and I like the Krang, so has like the plastic and everything. Is it feeling better than that early set that they had put out?
And you're talking like the Toon set.
Yeah, like the very early on, like
I'm gonna
because I have
say
that Donnie.
yes and no, because it's the
Okay.
same. It's still a $20 figure.
Mm.
Obviously they've upped the detail, they've upped the paint work,
Yeah.
and this guy's fantastic. But in this one, I don't know. Like you have this here's restricting movement, which is so there's no back, but he can certainly kick forward. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of folks with best action, they don't like the joints. Though honestly, a lot of Marvel Legends have these same joints
Oh
roughly.
yeah, I know. I know.
Um, I don't mind, but the plastic quality, I'm gonna say it's the same.
Okay. Which is fine.
It,
Like I said, like.
I think it's better than the Toon versions. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not the same plastic, but it's roughly the same. But I would call it the same just because it's still like a $20 toy.
Mm-hmm.
So take it with a grain of salt. So I think they have improved. I think they're doing the best things they can with
Sure.
this plastic, if that
How
makes
about the
sense.
so you know what the plastic? All right. So what about the joints? Because on that Donnie that I had, it was like, he was a little loosey in the shoulders, the butterfly joints there. But again, I have one figure to base this on, so it's never like I'm never gonna dump on a toy line just because I tried one. Like they look again. It looks really great. Like it looks like he's moving.
Yeah, he moves really
Like
well. Like nothing's sticking, nothing's like loose.
yeah, that's great.
Everything is
Okay.
fantastic. But you do get the sense where it's like I need to be careful.
Okay.
Not that like you're gonna snap it because it gets stuck NECA style.
Hmm.
But it's just I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like it's just one bad snap away. It's a different vibe. Ooh, he even has not a he's
Oh, it's some
like he
decent
does.
crunch.
Oh, it's interesting. It's like a weird
Yeah.
like a
Let's.
hip like a joint in the hip. Can you all see that?
Oh.
It's like they put it's almost like it's like there's a knee joint in there. Like, I don't know
That's
because it's not a
interesting.
peg. It's like
Yeah.
it's very much like how the knees work.
Hey, that's not a bad engineering design for somebody with like that, like that
Yeah,
out particular outfit. That's neat.
it is very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I think he has it because he has his little recorder flute. I think he has a belt loop for it. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh
My
man.
one thing, and I'm gonna show off like with this kind of plastic. And thank you so much, Jay Shot. Thank you so much. You're a
Oh
very
yeah.
sweet, kind
I
man. Um,
I was just waiting for I didn't want to break up your flow, but Jay Shot, I love you, man. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. It's all going towards the storm funds. But again, Cody, Cody's the best. But thank you, Jay Shot.
yeah, I would say when you get plastic like this, and I don't think it's not cheap plastic,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how to describe it. Like it's a $20 toy plastic to me. So it's like you're getting what you pay for it. I would love for everything to be like rock solid, unbreakable quality, but it is what it is. But I think it
Right.
works better. Like Raph is like a beefy figure,
Yeah.
So like I like how like thick Raph is. And some people have reported it being like too loose and whatnot, but I think the thicker they go, the better it gets. So I am a little
Well, like I said, the Krang is awesome. I really like the Krang figure that I have, and he was that
whenever you
XL
get a
size.
spindly figure, I think it amplifies kind of the plastic in a
Hmm.
wrong way. But the head popped off super easy. It's always a kind of hard to put it back on.
Oh yeah, and that Donnie that I had was very difficult to swap off.
But it's like I don't feel like I'm gonna break it. It's just because they give you a big thick peg. But then you get like his, kind of his more deviliness going on. So yeah, the design on this guy, I think it's one of I like a. Do you like a creepy Rat King or do you like the beautiful Rat King?
I think that's just really neat in general. that there is like I didn't realize that was a thing. But that's like so much of the turtle like lore and the turtle comics like I've been exposed to through you and your discussions.
Yeah, the IDW series definitely went interesting places. And so yeah, he would control You're right.
That's what she said, Cody.
Hey, I'm telling thicker. Go thicker. It's always.
Thank you very much, Matt. That's also my motto. The thicker you are, the better they get. Oh my god. Tricks Blast 95. My favorite turtle is Leo. That's if you haven't checked out my my reviews, I started off with Leo. So again, where's the chat going? Let's see. Not the chat, the 50-50. You guys are killing me. All right, so it's currently my poll. It's all ready. I've done my credits. I've shouted out everybody in the description. I talk about Cody, talk about Jay, and Behind the Plastic. Yeah, it's all locked and loaded. So someone's got to split the tie. But yeah, Leo was my first. So if you want to go back and check out any of those Mezco reviews, I do that in depth, going through everybody that I have in terms of my stuff. Oh, and that was supposed to be a heart for Boots. Was a heart for Boots on here on a super chat. Then super hat. Thank you very much, Jay Shot. But that was a heart. There we go. Oh, Cody heart for Boots. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. This is a little Boots Memorial episode too. Not trying to make you cry, Cody. Just this is all love. We love it. We love you. Wait. So that is super creepy. I need to read so many comics. I would say the best way, the most economical way to read, I don't know if you like reading digitally or not, but Comixology. Okay.
A subscription is I think it's like $7 a month.
Yeah.
Virtually the whole IDW, basically all the Turtles comics that IDW makes are up there. Just not the most recent issues, but you could read, and that's like Mirage too, the Ultimate Collection Mirage. So you can read literally like hundreds and hundreds of Turtle comics.
Okay. So maybe that will be the way to go. And I definitely don't mind digital reading, because like when I've talked about before, like now it's so long ago, but with the new 52 in DC, that was like how I was reading them. I was just reading them on my iPad. Well, and doing a comic box.
Yeah,
that was my little. That was my thing for a while there. Duat Studios, what's going on, Brian? How you doing, buddy? Happy Sunday. Just going through some Ninja Turtles. So yeah, man. I'm telling you, everybody, if any of the stuff that Cody cracks open tonight is interesting to you, then go check out your Walmart clearance aisles, because it's finally not a joke. Like apparently they've slashed prices on, especially on the NECA stuff. They're finally just giving stuff away. Even disavowed action figures saw a reel of his where he was in PA in his Walmart. They had the retro Crimson Guard GI Joes for $9. They had like 20 of them just sitting there. So I'm just saying, like, they're actually putting real clearance prices on toys right now. So, but their whole distribution method is so weird.
Yeah, it's strange. Like I'm seeing like you see like figures that are like old to us.
Yeah. So
is this the first time you opened the Master?
Yeah, man. So isn't it such an interesting smell, because it's like a different paint, or I don't know how they do it, but it's like a really hits, but in a nice way. Like I think, or is it chemical? I don't even know anymore.
Probably a little of both. Column
A. Yeah. But I think that this look is so rad. Oh, knocking stuff over. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm okay. Hold on.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Wait, it was popping back in. Ah.
Are you all in for summer?
Oh yeah. Yep. I did the summer with the combo pack, and I'm gonna get winter. So I could not find the product. It was a I guess a digital render of Raph, like the lineup in the grayscale.
Yeah, they
I
haven't
couldn't
revealed
find.
Raph. The most they did sometime back, they did like a silhouette of Raph. So they haven't
Maybe
had a
that's what it was.
proper reveal.
Maybe that's what it was. Okay, but it must have been like a story post because I could not find it. I was
Yeah,
scouring their page.
this was like before Leo even came out. So this was like a long time ago.
Hmm.
Um because
But
they were kind of doing like the relative size and they've kept with
yeah,
that. Though I don't know how much because Mikey looks as big as Donnie, frankly. So I don't know how closely they've kept that, but I do think they've said Raph will be generally bigger.
yeah, I'm super stoked because definitely like Leo, like he's short. He's shorter compared to Donnie. Like legitimately, like he's got maybe a
Yeah, and
half
they
a head
did. There
on
was a
him.
time like they did like a poll to see like just how tall Donnie
Hmm.
um was gonna be, and so I think people voted for like a little shorter.
Okay.
They have also showed off not fully, but they've showed off some of their bebop essentially.
Yes, I saw again when I was digging through looking for this like you said that there must have been the silhouette that I was thinking of Raph. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's right." So they're going to do a Bebop Rocksteady too. So
Yeah, which is
I
interesting because they're leading now, like starting with Mikey, they led with like the Mikey part, you know, and less because
yeah,
before with Samurai Leo, they're like, oh, it's a samurai guy, it's a samurai
right,
guy, and
right.
you get a bonus head. It's
Yeah,
don't sue us. But now they
right.
seem to just fully have embraced like it's
Like
the turtle.
nunchucks, look, cowabunga dude. Yeah.
Yeah, which but I think the samurai-ness to Mikey is the best one yet. I think the design they whipped out, and you get
Interesting.
spinning chucks. How do
This I
you like
know.
spinning chucks is a home run figure, and like the flame effects. I think Mikey is the best one yet. Like, cause man,
Yeah, let's I'm going to go bring that those pictures up. Go into their stuff. Let's see. It's the Autumn Musket Man. Da, da, da. Featured pre-order. Oh, he's okay. Hang on, yeah. So
yeah. And
let's go check
what's
this out.
Mikey's other name? I forget. Like it's Summer. It's like rope climber,
The crossbow
crossbow
master.
master.
The
Yeah.
crossbow master.
It's just, and it's how smart of it is them to have split the spinny chucks between. So like you do got to get both. Like that's
Yeah,
devious. But the
but again,
spinning
the
chuck
price
effect,
point,
I
man.
mean,
The price point isn't even bad on these. I mean, like
yeah, and you
obviously you're.
save if you get the bundle, you save like $5.
Yep. Look at these gnarly. I do like the samurai looks of this guy too. That's the whole thing. Like I like every version of these characters.
Yeah,
Like
like
I'm
I
into the
thought like
samurai looks
I was
too.
worried when they only showed off the Mikey part, like, oh, maybe they dropped the samurai. But man, like this one on both sides, they've really gone nuts. And yeah, spinning chucks should always be
Yeah.
like it's criminal not to do a chuck effect at this point. But man,
Look how rad that is too.
and they said they're aiming for an October release in like the comments.
Ooh. Well, that's
So
nice. I'd rather not.
if that does come out this year,
Yeah, I'd rather not
yeah,
wait forever.
yeah, they seem to be
Oh, and we get
cooking.
these
Like,
torches too.
yeah, this is insane.
I didn't even look this closely because I just went, yup. Just went and did the combo. Like it was instant, like put a down payment on it. I just needed I wanted to
Yeah,
lock
like
myself in there.
it's just crazy. It's cool to see like them really really leaning into the line and going for it. You know, like
Yeah.
because this is way more than like Donnie or Leo got. Frankly,
Oh,
like.
for sure. And they move well. Now, Donnie, I did have to. I ended up not going hair dryer, so I still used heat Cody, but
Wow, what are you doing?
I went for my electric kettle and I just poured the hot water on like briefly like boop on the shoulder and got it loosened up in the legs because these guys worried me just because I don't want to. I don't know, like they're not going to be as readily accessible to replace. So
True. I have doubles because I got from, and this is how I got mine so early, which I know it's ironic because I haven't opened it up yet. Um, but like the Donnie I've had for a while, but like
yeah,
because it's a weird thing going on, because 5K Toys definitely seems to be taking the lead on these, and they seem to be the most in direct contact. So I don't know how it all works out. Obviously, due to copyright and the license, they're not forthcoming with everything. And I think it's no coincidence they changed from Fury Toys to like now we're Rage Toys.
Right.
Through the new company. But so like 5K Toys, generally they lead the push, but sites like Gundamit, also known as Show's eStore, they shipped like a full month early compared to like 5K, which there is some like this like Gundamit ships directly from China. 5K they ship from like California, so like part of the difference is that.
Okay.
But if y'all absolutely want it as fast as possible, it does seem like Gundamit is a good option. So I have orders from both, and so I have 2 Donnies and 2 Splinter, and I ordered a 3rd custom kit on accident because I wasn't paying attention. So I have a 3rd of that. I don't know.
Well, that's like this way. If you see anybody in a turtle chat, you'll now be that guy.
Yeah, they're just so fantastic. Where?
Let's see. Doombot's saying these Rage Turtles look dope. They really are, man. Again, like I just wanted to make sure you guys saw the scale because that seems to be the common hold up for people. So I just again, like I just want people to I just try to help you guys with buying decisions. That's it. Like I'm spending my money on stuff I think is cool, and if that can help you either spend or save a buck, there you go. No chewing said the extra articulation on Mikey is great. It'll make a great toy even better for sure. Trix Blast says they should add spitting chucks to every Mikey. Yeah. And there's Ender Shadow. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, we haven't gotten to your toy yet, so this is good. The one that you wanted to see. Who was the other character? What's the name?
Alapex.
Yeah, Cody only did Rat King so far, Enders. So, Blind Robot 8413 said I thought the big pig was going to be shown. Yeah, not yet.
They did show, not fully, but they've shown off bits of him.
Yeah, I'll go over. I'll try to dig that up too real quick.
Like how cool is like the purple beret Donnie head? I mean,
yeah,
it's just I think the samurai side is so much better than the turtle side, though. That Leo head sculpt in the custom kit it's incredible. Look at him.
Yeah.
And you get the throwing star hand.
They did a hell of a job. And it was really funny because I was like, wait a minute. How many heads do I have for Leo? Why does Donnie have more? But Donnie does have more.
Like Donnie has the more. Yeah, they're just like the value they're packing in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and obviously, there's certain things that are cheaper because they're not paying for a license, which I don't know. I don't think they should have to, frankly, if you ask me. Though I don't own the TMNT, but I mean, because it's like Paramount, you're going to be fine. It's okay.
Right.
Like I'm buying them all.
Right.
Gosh, they're just packing in such amazing stuff to these figures.
I mean, even these babies are not like after the toddler turtles. I remember when I pre-ordered this, I didn't have the toddler turtles, and I'm like, well, I'll get this set and at least I'll have some baby turtles. Like, I'm so happy I have this set of baby turtles. I realize how many baby turtles I have. I think Super 7 I have baby turtles. But these are like actually
you get like different poses.
Yeah, like I think what's different about these is it's not pre-mutated turtles. These are straight up baby mutated turtles, right? Like that's how I would look at these.
Yeah. Like they're
which is so awesome.
Along the way.
And when it goes into like mutant mayhem lore, I love that Splinter in the movie was like, yeah, I was an adult rat and then I mutated into an adult rat and you were babies, and it's as simple as that.
It just makes sense. Yeah, this line, it's definitely, if folks are, I can't imagine they're hesitant at this point. But man, if you're at all hesitant, just jump right into these because these are just so cool.
Yeah. if there's anything in the chat that you guys want to see either of us do to try to like manipulate the figures, like, you know, Cody's doing a nice job right now. Yeah, showing off the different posing. Again, the
samurai heads.
I know, man. And it's so
like the
neat.
mix of like cloth goods. Donnie has the kind of the hippie articulation that Mikey has, right?
I think so. I couldn't get over the back shell.
Oh,
like
yeah. Like
how much detail. Yeah.
Yeah, like the paint work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're basically like $50, right?
Yeah.
And Gundam is a little more. You might be paying like 5 or 10 more on that, but it's unheard of. The only thing I think, and I kind of don't blame them for it, like they didn't paint the joint there, and they didn't cast it. Sorry, you're getting a lot of feet. I've seen folks talking about that. Like, yeah, it'd be nice if they put it in a green plastic. But hey, I'd much rather them not paint it so that joint isn't getting stuck, you know?
Yeah, well, that was a big thing. That's something I can show off on Donnie, because when I used my electric kettle with the heat, you know, like there was that little bit of paint, but I had to do it in order to get the movement. I was afraid of snapping him. So yeah. Like the paint.
I generally like don't paint the joint. I don't care. Like
right.
Look, yeah, sure, it's wonky, but
how about this? Like the fact that they used the purple joint on the right arm. So that was it. It was just that was the plastic. It's a plastic purple forearm piece.
Weird choices here and there, but man.
But that worked out better than this arm. But then again, like the fact that it flows into the paint that they decided to go on the inside forearm, like it all works to me. It all works.
Yeah, and he's got gear on the forearm. So he's like, you're kind of getting all of it. Like he's tech, he's wild.
Yep. My brother-in-law Mike's in the house. What's going on, buddy? How cool is this after all of my time now, like, 4 years of doing the toy stuff? He texted me today and said he bought himself a Raphael Ninja Turtle, Cody. I got my brother-in-law for himself. I got him excited for starting to shop for some like Ninja Turtle toys for for my nephew and his son, but he got himself today. It was the Raphael, the shell storage, the old nostalgic. That's out. I'm like, my man. I'm like, I still have my original.
Which places like Amazon have had like the 4-packs of those. If folks are trying to save, like those have gone on clearance and stuff. So, that's another weird thing. Like, I want, like when we're talking about like the X-Men scarcity, I want Playmates level of availability, because if you want a Mutant Mayhem figure, you can find it.
Oh man, Donatello.
They obviously made way too many, but
dude, Donatello from the Motu, again, that's a line that you and Chewy have like made me really contemplate jumping into, and that Donnie's like $13 right now on Amazon.
Yeah, clearance. I'm building like a metal shredder with the metal head, metal bottle.
So neat. So last night I had him in the cart, and then I was looking because Amazon only had him for that. So then I was tracking down Raphael and Leo, and they're on Big Bad, and I'm like, no, stop. I only have so many space. Says on Wednesday nights over at the Toy Pick community with the Toy Daddies, like, we're trying to limit ourselves as just a fun challenge to the 100 figures.
I like how this year you bumped it to 100.
Yeah. Because like 52, because the 52 challenge was such a disaster. Because once we blew past it, it was like, screw it. And it was just like gorging ourselves. At least that's how like Toy Father and I especially.
You don't realize, it's interesting to put it into perspective, like just how many toys you're getting. And certainly like you can like, when I look at like older videos, you can see like the explosion that happened.
Oh yeah.
Really, I'm just like displaying them, but it's interesting to think like you're getting more than 50 a year or whatever. So
I know. But then it's like when you could go a couple weeks and then all of a sudden you have an X-Men stream and you we're away 4 figures and then it's up and then this all just and I gotta get this, and it can catch up. That's why I kept saying back in February, I was like, hey everybody, chill. Like I remember so many people just being like, "I don't know, nothing. I'm getting sad." I'm like, enjoy this time. Like
Well,
it's
that's also
gonna.
because I was just gonna say, like, are we ever gonna get to a point where there is like a true toy scarcity? Because at this point, like, if you're like no toys are coming out, it's just like no toys that you collect are coming out.
Right. There's always
There's
good toys coming out. Yeah. And that's been part of the problem of like knowing what I want to get. Like I know those Mode 2 figures. I actually was trying to utilize my son. I was like, "Hey buddy, like do you think that you would play with look at this. It's Ninja Turtles that you can play with Gray, because I basically give him Grayskull and Snake Mountain to play with, and he uses it for Pokemon and stuff, and then I can photograph them if I need to." But I'm like, yeah, because if I'm buying for him, and I'm like, and he was like, "No, your dad." I was like, I still thought, "No, all right, what am I doing?"
That's what's so nice about Origins. Those are rock solid toys. Like
Yeah, yeah.
those are like toys from when we were a kid.
Well, Josh Brown makes a great point. You get close to 100 with just the Collector Con and Holothon, right? If you can get them, for sure. Doombot Night says, "I'm not a turtle guy, but I like the small size of that Rage turtle toys are. Regular human-sized turtles running around always seemed odd to me." Yep, see, Cody and I are Team Short Kings. But again, I'm not a turtle dude. No, as turtle guys, and again, I defer my turtle knowledge to Cody. We see this, again, we enjoy the spectrum of turtles, but I definitely embrace a short version.
Yeah, for sure. In the comics, they're almost always shorties. So
Yeah.
can get that.
Oh yeah. See that really goes well together. The Rage stuff in the IDW or any of the Best Action.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Best Action. Yeah, I think they could still improve some things, but I think they're super neato. Like I'm down.
I'm sad. I just realized I had the Foot Soldier from like their cartoon line. And
those
I
have
just
been
put
on
them
clearance
across.
too. People have been picking those up, like the 4-pack for.
Yeah. Yeah, so like they would work well with, especially if you want something more in scale, height wise. Like they'd still be taller, but it would be a closer fit.
Yeah, because these
Mike
are
says,
the loyal subjects. They're like 5.5 maybe.
So the Best Action stuff, they're all the same height, right? So Mike is asking, in this set, are they the same height? The 4 turtles. The ones I'm talking about here, these Samurai Turtles, they are different sizes, which I also dig. I like when they all are different sized. But again, it's the spectrum.
They're
I'm
close. They're not exactly. Oh,
so there is a little bit of height difference there.
yeah, and they're also like they have like they're different, so they're not exactly. The one thing I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, the Mezco kind of have the same problem. I don't like the fat ankles because there's no forward movement,
Yes.
I know folks have modded them, but that's like a major downside.
That does kill me on the Mezco side.
Like you can't, like you have to, like they're always like kind of weirdly hunched if you don't.
Yeah. So, and Mike, to answer your question, the Mezco turtles are also a slightly different size, which is great. So they're closer, but there is definitely a height difference. Now, I haven't had the testicular fortitude yet to try to take off the ankles, but I've seen reels of the Mezco turtles. So like I've seen how the peg works, but what you can do, at least Machu told me to, you can kind of pull off if you were interested, is rotating around, and then you can see that, and you can carve with an X-Acto knife along that.
I mean, maybe if they weren't 100 a pop, or if you could just get them easily, I'd be, because I can show you. I actually and I should not have. I actually I wasn't thinking, and I messed it up on stream, but I kind of borked up my Leo.
Oh no! Wait.
A lot of people have had this thing because the arm popped out, and I didn't realize there's like a socket thing, right? So there's it's like an odd, it's like a peg ball joint, and I pulled it out right when I first opened it on live, and I was like, there's something busted about it. What's this nub of plastic? I cut the nub off on the top.
Oh no.
Because I was like, it's just a ball joint. But yeah, I mean, it still pops back in and it's fine. But it's like this was a special version, so it's like you can't
Because that was
change it now. So yeah, I don't think I'll be modding my Mezcos.
I know I know it's a toy anxiety. I don't have that. I've thought about it, but again, look at this. Like he has, it's just you can't get them fully standing upright like this. Like what I would
like,
view is
you can't do like because you need like the ankle to be able to pivot forward, and it just can't.
Yeah, because like for me, if I wanted like what I'm visually like here, like to me, this is him straight up, but it's on tippy toes. So you do need to have a little bit of like a forward hunch. But then with the great neck articulation and everything else, like then it works naturally. So I know it's like the little qualms we have as toy collectors. Yeah, Mikey said, "Don't break it, don't break it." Machu didn't even pop his off. That's the other thing that I was tempted to do, because if I do just carve in there, that's what I was showing. Like you could just carve along that U, and then you gain a little bit more. It's tempting. I still haven't. I need to sit down, and try it if I wanted to. But you know what? I will say, this Master Splinter goes really well with both sets of turtles.
Yeah, people have said that a lot, like the Rage Toys and Mezco, and because they do have like a similar, let's say like a style to the paint, where it's that again that darker, more realistic kind of. Yeah, like everything has like a wash. There's shadows. Like they do fit like, pretty great.
Yeah, I'm into that. I'm still thinking. I haven't done any shots yet with a master because obviously I've only done like Mezco Monday style shots for them so far. So Mezco wants only Mezco products like to be really like other figures to be featured. So when I do just start taking the regular but just for the sake of here's this idea that I have in my head, I'm definitely torn about using either this one or the Mirage Splinter, because I think both of those look wonderful with the Mezco set.
Yeah. So would this possibly be your main Splinter?
That's what I don't know. I think that they could both work. So I think I would swap them in. I think it's just going to be just tradesies. I think I'd just be, mixing and matching when it comes to which, like depending on if I need Splinter with action, I might go with this guy. And I think he's going to need, and I know you're going to yell at me, a little team heat. But because he is a little, actually not too bad. To be honest, actually, he's moving around pretty well.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there's no knees. I mean, there are knees, but there's no, oh, that's interesting. There's no knee joint.
Yeah, usually they give him kind of like the dog leg.
Yeah, but the double jointed elbows. There we go. Nice torso. Sorry, I'm not even showing. I'm just sitting there playing with them. But yeah, all right. I like the feet articulation. You know what? It's the Toon one. The Toon one, the NECA one. That's the one that always gives me a big pain. And then the movie one is such a pain to like do anything with.
Yeah, I don't like the movie Splinters at all. I'm not a fan.
Let's see, Leo. Macho, they definitely stand better, makes it easier to balance after the mod. Yeah, I will mess around. I'll do mine, Cody, and I'll tell you how it goes.
Playing with fire, Yimbo.
I know. But I feel confident in that. I feel like that's a mod I can pull off just because I won't be detaching the feet. Actually, this is not to get too off topic, but I did do my own feet swap on a Marvel Legends. So I did. It was terrifying though. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is
to get
the toe articulation.
Toe articulation. Have you seen like people who do the magnet mod, where you put magnets in the foot?
Oh,
You can stick to metal.
like I mean, like, Mafex has the magnets feet, so maybe that's where they add their own magnets in, or they like use.
Yeah, like you like glue, you like Dremel out a little for the
I
little
had
tiny magnet, and then
I
you glue
haven't
it in.
seen that particular mod. I've only seen like the feet swapping stuff, or like using the Mafex feet on those guys. Oh, by the way, this hat, is it magnetized?
Is it?
Oh, look at that! It has a magnet. Speaking of magnets, how do they work?
Yeah, they're doing some wild stuff, man.
Oh, that's super cool.
It's fun to see them, and like I don't know, I feel like all the third party figures at this point are just
Oh, and
they're
there's a
really just
magnet in there
running with
too.
it. Yeah, like these small things, and it's like they're not breaking the bank. They're still, I mean, 50 $60 to a lot of folks that is breaking the bank. I get that.
Right.
But for that money, they're giving you so much value. So it's like they're not I don't think they're taking advantage of it where they're not like you're going to buy it. So whatever we slap together to 50, it's fine. They're just like
Right. I mean, we
big
are
kind of stuff.
like this is when it's kind of in the same vein as GI Joe, like where Hasbro doesn't have to pay for the license. I mean, like because it's their own licensing, so that money can get put into the additional accessories or paint or
GI Joe
additions,
line is
etc.
really good. I wish they would go
Yeah,
like that's the one thing with like the X-Men figures where it's like here's a figure,
licensing,
the accessories are
licensing,
two
man,
hands. Like, okay.
licensing. Like, but I think it was Chewy and I were talking about like I'll put this into the universe. Like Marvel Legends, like that Spider-Man that I just was holding up. A perfect, like I would spend like GI Joe $45 for a deluxe figure. I would buy a Spider-Man with two Spidey head sculpts of different eyes, normal size, squinty, a Peter Parker head sculpt. Give me 8 different hands, and not webs like swinging webs because their webs stink, but like web accessories, like web wraps, web face, like those things that Hasbro does are great. Load it up. Give me a spider sense. Like $45. There you go. Like, because right now, like you said, like some of the stuff is very sparse in terms of what the extras.
Yeah, I wonder if they could pull it off though.
I think they could. I think that they would be. I think they would be pleasantly surprised, um, in something like that if they really went for it. Like again, GI Joe's is pulling. They're doing it. So why not? Why not Marvel? Oh,
True. And
this is so neat.
what's like the standard Joe price?
I mean, the Joe's prices are 20. They're still the Hasbro pricing. So it's just a matter of. Oh, there we go. This is Ender Shadow. There we go, buddy. Yeah. So has the GI Joes, but then you get the whole assortment of weapons and backpacks and then again deluxe figures then get all of the extra explosions and rockets and whatever else. So what's this character's deal? Sorry, I know you had the thing up before you were holding the character.
This is
bio.
Alapex. The card actually doesn't necessarily explain so much. In the comics, it's interesting they go with like the render there. In the comics, Shredder's kind of always experimenting on new mutants.
Okay.
To his army or whatever. So I believe Alapex is like an Arctic fox who he captures and mutates.
Okay.
And so she starts off as like an adversary, but quickly becomes one of the main turtle allies.
Nice.
So pretty good. And honestly, this one moves really, really smooth. Like there's nothing sticking. And part of it is because there's just not a lot of paint on the figure. And
Nice.
certainly in
Oh
the
yeah.
joints, that's where you're getting like the gumminess.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like if you talk about pins, like yeah, those are not the most aesthetic joints, right? Which this one interesting, like the pins are like bigger on the other side.
Hmm.
No crunch. Well, oh well. Ooh, that's fine. It's a
Okay.
ball joint.
Yeah. I did have the.
It's it's interesting. Yeah, it's fine. So there's a, and that's the one thing I actually do like about loyal subjects. Not always, but generally with joints like that, they
Mhm.
pop out before they snap, which is nice.
Right. Right.
I was just curious because like there is some like rotation. The tail has like a joint there. You do get like the thigh cut. Interesting. It's like the dog leg, but it's still a knee.
Yeah, that is cool.
So it's kind of, you get some like movement out of it. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily mind that look, but yeah, it's not the greatest. But it's
Is
pretty cool.
is NECA ever going to get into this particular line? I mean that was something that Best Action, the fact that they are giving fan bases like this particular look, right? This comment, like they're the only ones doing this right now.
Yeah, because NECA obviously does do work on a lot of the IDW properties of TMNT because they do the Last Ronin, they
Right.
do the Archie comics, so they're
Mhm.
they're certainly well into. They do the Mirage. My guess, and again, it's not the kind of thing because like none of these companies own it, so they're not at liberty to come out because everything they say has to be approved by the licensor.
Right. Right.
And their designs have to be approved. My guess personally is that it seems, TMNT corporate as a whole prefers to keep everybody in their own separate lane if they can do it, except for when it comes to like the very like generic, that kind of like style guide toon turtle, which is like
Yeah.
it's 87, but it's just like this is the tune. They'll let anybody do
Right.
anything they want with that.
Right.
It seems like when they can, they like to like silo people off. So my guess is going to be that NECA won't touch the IDW mainline for a while,
Okay.
if ever, because it just seems like, because like I was hearing, like in Super 7, and oddly, and this is what I always tell people, like people have a lot to say about Super 7 and their leadership and blah blah.
Mhm.
But Brian Flynn, I find whenever he's on like an interview, he's always like very candid. Like somebody
Yeah.
asked them about Usagi Yojimbo figures,
Mhm.
and he was saying something like, that stays with just like NECA because they don't want any competition or whatever.
Hmm.
So they're not letting everybody do Usagi, and it's also like Stan Sakai, so it's like it's a
Sure.
whole other thing. But
Mhm.
that's, and TMNT doesn't own that, but that is just my own pet theory that I would assume that like when these companies get a license, they want some exclusivity to it.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
guess would be this is going to be with Best Action for a while, and they have like a whole ton of figures planned. But look at that fierce face.
Yeah. I mean that's neat.
This is the Target version. This is like the Target exclusive, I believe. The other version is going to have a blue instead of pink.
Oh, nice.
So pretty cool there. And
So
then,
you were happy to find them. You're happy now with them out of the box? Yes or no?
oh yeah, I love them. Like again, like to me, it's the kind of thing where as much as I could complain or you want this or that, and it's valid. I also paid. It's like again anywhere from like the normal price, depending where you buy them, because Walmart usually has them like cheaper. There's
Mm-hmm.
weird deals going on, but you can get them anywhere from like 19 to 22 bucks. So it's like
Yeah.
I can't really complain. Now, if it creeps up to 30, then it's like okay, like
Mm-hmm.
you better be changing what you offer. But
Right.
I'm super pleased with them, and there is something like I don't know. It's just cool to have something because the IDW comic went on for like 10 years,
Yeah.
and it's cool to have characters from them finally.
I'm leaving it to fate, Cody. If I can make it to a Walmart and that like it's going to be the black and white version. What is it? Black and white with? Is it? They all have red bandanas. Is that what that set was? That 4-pack at Walmart?
Yeah, and it's not necessarily black. It's more like gray.
Gray. Okay. So that was going to be for that price point, just as like getting that, because I really do like the look of those turtles, like very much so.
Yeah, they've also had on clearance. I've seen like the just the regular versions on clearance for like 10, 15 bucks. So
like that would be, because I'm telling you, so many times I've had them in my hands, and at the last second no. But for a discount, I would own them for a discount. You're making me excited about them.
People have been going. But in the chat, someone was saying, doesn't she have a psychic link with Shredder's wife?
Yeah, Enders.
So in conjunction, where is he? With Rat King. So part of the pantheon of dark evil gods. Not all of them are evil, but you're a god. You're just messing around for decades, for centuries. Who cares? It's kind of like Greek gods. It's like Zeus is killing everyone, but is he a bad guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Or bored.
So Rat King, his sister is like a I'm sure there's a proper name, but she's Kitsune. She's like a fox goddess, right? And so she's mucking about. She's aligned with Shredder. There's a whole thing, like if you go into it, like she's responsible for keeping Shredder alive from feudal Japan to the present day, through various means. But yeah, just as Rat King controls like rats and can influence Splinter, Kitsune has some mind control over Alapex at times because she's getting in her brain. So kind of, like a unfortunate psychic link that she would like to not have.
Is there a turtle god that then messes with the boys?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's other gods, and most of them are cool or they're neutral. It's really, primarily Rat King who is like going the worst and wants to just, mess with humanity completely. But yeah, I think these are super cool. She does come with like 2 other hands, and the best action, they always give you a sticker.
There you go.
They're putting that brand out there. But you do get like 2
and just
fist, actually, you get a fist.
And is that all that she came with? Does she have a weapon? Oh, she had the two blades that she's holding.
Things. Yeah, and I don't know. So yeah, extra accessories. The turtles usually get the best stuff, but
sure. Well, that's going to be like every company has to make their budgets across a wave, and somebody's there's always going to be somebody that gets padded with extra accessories. We know how that works now,
for sure. But, and maybe they're like, I don't know how huge a seller is Alapex going to be. We can't.
Sure. In terms of allocating how much funds, but remember, so Enders, I know you were saying, here we go, definitely want to pick her up. Cody just happened to walk into, where'd you say it was, Walmart today or Target?
Target, actually.
Target.
These are the Target versions. Yeah, this is the glow in the dark Rat King, and obviously I'm not in the dark. Should we try to get some glow going?
Yeah. And then Turtles Nerd 88 said that, speaking of glow in the dark, that apparently this ooze will glow in the dark too. I won't be able to turn off my lights from where I am, but I'm excited about that. Josh Brown said, I think Brian said an other company, if we were talking about the interview with Veebs recently. And yeah, I think they got burned on that one because I know they were working on one. Okay. But yes, it was a very clear answer. I like his interviews. Diggs Fix. Yubo arguing with himself about buying a toy or not would be hilarious content. Just saying. I know, man. Well, you've been rolling with me for a while. This is every Sunday night. I'll have to formalize it into like a reel or something. Oh, man. All right. I appreciate that, Diggs. I appreciate that. Talk myself into. What can I say? I love toys. Do you guys like my little disco party happening behind me? I didn't. This is from my astronaut projector that I bought specifically for my kids. It's like a nebula, and it's supposed to be like they were so excited. I was so excited to get them this like whole thing at night, and it's too bright, and my kids hate it. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna bring it down and use it on my stream. So it's a nebula. That's what I've had.
I do like the microphone is nice. I will say one thing about this. Obviously, like it's super freaking bright.
He's got a little glow though when you just moved it to the side.
Yeah, a glow going on. I will say their glow is more effective when it's black light, and I can't find my black light at the moment. But I'll post a video later. I'll share it with Yimbo and everybody.
Okay.
Their glow usually is very good, but it's not necessarily the kind of glow. And I feel like that's more common now. Like Super 7 has good sunlight charged glow or light charged glow, but Best Action you usually need like a proper
interesting
black light to go really bring out the glow.
Oh man. That's awesome. Well, Cody, my friend, look, I'm going to actually prove to my wife that I can stop talking about toys at 2 hours, man. But I think I could keep going. That's the whole thing. I love hanging out with you, buddy. So, but I know that this is now, we'll be able to do this more on a regular. Hey, you get the link every week. So whenever you want, this Sunday nights are our spot to hang out. So, this has been so much fun, dude. Honestly, like I've loved every second of this. This has been such a pleasure. So yeah, Josh Brown, that's right. 10 p.m. See, I told you to. I was gonna make my promise. But yeah, so guys, let me check let's see where the poll is tonight after the stream. So there you go, guys. I'm going to wrap things up, say goodnight to Cody, and then I will post my Mezco Donatello. Again, if you are still awake and you were looking forward to checking that out, any way that you can help out smaller channels like ours over on YouTube with a like, with a comment, and letting people know what we're doing. Again, you're part of this whole groundswell of the next generation, which again, just trying to find our seat at the table. So again, any way that you guys can help us is always greatly appreciated. So yeah, this is awesome. This has been so great. And like I always tell you guys, so Cody, I appreciate you taking time out of your life, hanging out with me tonight. Chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening to two knuckleheads just love on X-Men and Ninja Turtles. And we appreciate that greatly. It's been such a blast hanging out with all of you tonight. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Doombot. Thank you, Diggs. Thank you, everybody in the chat tonight. Truly appreciate it. And yeah, anything else, Cody? What can we plug for you?
Nope. Yeah, I'm just too much new toys everywhere. Yeah, so you can catch me any of the platforms up to various hijinks. So.
And TikTok, I know that TikTok will get bought by, so just keep it that your again account over there just keeps growing and growing, and it's so nice to see you getting that traction and that get those eyes on your stuff, because again, we love you, and it's so nice to love your stuff. Breath of fresh air, man.
Show and always hanging out. It's super fun.
Well, stick around when we get through a little outro here, and yeah, everybody, thank you so much. Have a great night. Peace.